Hello everyone, it's Stephen Cummins again, Head of Media with SaaStock, and I'm here in the CHQ building, an iconic place, 200 years old, where they used to store whiskey. Here in the vaults. We're under the ground, and this is actually Dogpatch Labs, a great startup hub as well. I'm delighted to introduce to you the one and only CEO and founder of SaaStock, Alex Theuma. How's it going, Alex?
Hi, Stephen. Yeah, good to be here, the other side of the screen for once.
Delighted to have you here sharing a pint of Guinness with me. We look like a pair of pints of Guinness at the moment with the black and the white at the top, right?
That's right, that's right. I am longing for one. Luckily, you've got one in your hand.
Where are you right now?
I'm at home, Ramsgate, in Kent, southeast coast of the UK. So in the home office.
So before you started this rockstar company, what was your first job, Alex?
First job was in McDonald's. I always wanted to work early, and I got a job in McDonald's when I was 16 because my sister was already working there. So that was I knew they employed people, and I got a job there and worked there for 2 years.
And what was the craziest thing you've ever done in your life, Alex?
Craziest thing I've ever done in my life? Good question. I haven't done too many crazy things. I mean, maybe just kind of like living in Brazil for a year and not knowing the language and sort of like being on my own there was, not necessarily crazy, but certainly had some risks to it. But it was great fun, fun memories.
What's the biggest challenge in the last 6 months for you been with SaaStock?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, the pandemic has massively, impacted the business, which both from a revenue side of things and, I think from team morale as well, it's always been challenging, I think, for every business sort of right now. But with those challenges comes the opportunities, and what we're seeing is the digital transformation of SaaStock.
Okay, I'm going to hit you with 4 or 5 rapid fire questions, one-word answers. Favorite podcast?
The SaaS Revolution Show.
Second favorite podcast?
I'll go with 14 Minutes of SaaS.
Yes, okay. I'll buy you a pint of Guinness after this. Favorite musician?
Oh, good one there. I mean, put on the spot, I'll go with Jimi Hendrix.
Best memory created in building SaaStock?
There's been lots. Probably the first ever SaaStock, and just that moment when came to Dublin after spending 12 months. I know you said one word, but 12 months of building this event, and then seeing 700 founders and execs come together from across the world was a magical moment for sure.
Now, you've gone from being a best-in-class events company and media company in the SaaS space to actually becoming a real SaaS company, and you're building 3 products at the moment. The world doesn't really know that yet. Does that scare you, excite you, or do a mix of both?
Mix of both.
Okay. What does it take to be a category leader?
What does it take to be a category leader? Good question. I think to be a category leader, you've got to be best in class. You've got to not necessarily worry about the competition, and just kind of really focus on the products and on your customers.
How'd you get your first investor?
Through the first SaaStock. So I think the first one was Tim O'Shea. It's an angel investor, and after the first SaaStock wrapped up, we had a pint of Guinness at the pub at the RDS, and he just kind of he was very impressed. We spoke about it, and it led on from there.
And who was your first paying customer?
Charlton Heston.
Okay. Legacy or rich life experience?
Good one. Rich life experience.
Okay. Do you care at all about how you're remembered?
Yes. Well, no, actually, whether I'm remembered, not necessarily, but I certainly care about how SaaStock is remembered. So I want to leave a legacy for SaaStock, whether it's going to run for 100 years or not, but I'd like to leave a legacy for that. Myself, I'm less concerned.
And I know that at first hand, by the way you talk about the team, the whole thing, I know it's completely true. Last question. We've an amazing SaaStock EMEA coming up. There's about 100 things that excite you, I know. Please tell me 2 things that particularly excite you.
Two things that excite me. Well, we've got a huge amount of data-driven content, which, like, sadly excites SaaS geek like me. So really interested to see the Accel Cloud 100 or the Euroscape report, which opens the show. Bessemer Venture Partners are doing the State of European SaaS, so that will be sort of equally exciting. And I think, like, now we're online, which I think we're leveling up, each year and each event with the speakers that we get, and so having so many first-time speakers, such as Daniel Dines, such as Dylan from Figma, Peter Holzen-Muhlmann from Trustpilot. Difficult to say after a few pints of Guinness, that one. But yeah, so many great speakers this year. So I just love watching the content, and looking forward to that.
Gaurav Mila Mahagad, 1,000 thanks to you, Alex Theuma, all the way from here in Dublin. Cheers. Thanks for your time. That was great.
Cheers, Stephen.